Hi, I'm Ron Jaworski, and you're watching PressPassTV.com.
Hi, welcome to PressPassTV.com. Thanks for joining us. I'm Michael Artsis. You know, mixed martial arts is exploding across the entire nation and becoming a huge spectator sport. But many of us don't know that much about the athletes who participate. One of the athletes has a very interesting story, Jamal Patterson. That's because his main job is not fighting in the IFL. Francesca Iacovangelo has his story.
My name is Jamal Patterson. I fight for Gracie's Pit Bulls, coming out of New York City.
The Pit Bulls are a mixed martial arts team in the International Fight League, and Jamal Patterson is one of their stars. They call him the Suit because when he's not fighting, he's working a 9-to-5 job as a consultant for a medical device company.
No, buzzer doesn't work? How are you? I think it's what makes me different than everyone else. This is my goals. This is my objective, and I'm going to try to be the best rep I can be, and try to live my life doing both of them until I eventually get too old and can't do both of them. I'll help you submit them.
Can you do that for you?
Yeah, just take models on them, take pictures. Models, pictures, I'll help you. How my normal day usually works, I usually get up around 6 o'clock and do some sort of a workout. Get that early workout in, get that extra conditioning in, and then I usually get into the field about 8:30, 9. And then I go from there until about 4:35, probably until about 5 o'clock, 5:30. And I usually meet my boxing coach at about 5:36. And we'll work there at Gleason's in Brooklyn. And then I make my way over to Manhattan and train jiu-jitsu. I usually don't get out till 9:30, 10 o'clock. How I got involved in mixed martial arts is I was, just an average fan. I was watching it. My father actually sort of swore he liked it. Called me up. He thought it'd be something I'd be good at. And I ended up being good at it. I actually wrestled in high school. I moved to Chicago, and there was a jiu-jitsu school there. I started taking jiu-jitsu from there. Then I moved back to New York, and Gracie was there. And the International Fight League started. And the chairman, Kurt Otto, who is actually one of Renzo's students, had told us about this league that he was starting about a year ago, 2 years ago, actually 3 years ago. And now it's come to fruition, and I'm fighting. I grew up playing sports as an All-American wrestler in high school. I played football in high school. Then I went off to Colgate University and played football. I've come from a pretty athletic background, athletic family. I'm the oldest of 5, and every single one of my brothers and sisters played some sort of a Division I sport.
Did you ever show up to work with like some pajamas?
I've had to put makeup on before. I learned how to put, actually in my car I have makeup. Most of my doctors know what I do, so it's not that big of a deal. I let them know. But in training I usually don't get beat up. We train smart. But you do get that occasional accident hit. But it's no different than if you were playing basketball and you got hit in the face, it just happens. Just gotta let them know that it happened training, and it wasn't like I was out in a fight in the street beating people up. I go to Gleason's gym, get my boxing on, and then after that we're gonna head over to Manhattan. Long day. On some days what we'll do is I'll run this bridge here, which is the Brooklyn Bridge, and then I'll actually cut down through Chinatown, and then take the Manhattan Bridge, which is all the way over there, and run that one back. The last couple of years has become very popular because I think what it's really done is it's dispelled the myths of what's the best, martial art, what's the best thing to learn in terms of one man, conquering another man. With mixed martial art, it takes a different range of skills because, the best boxer is not necessarily going to beat the best ground guy. However, the best ground guy has to get good at boxing because it might be another good ground guy who's got good hands. So it's like, it's a big mix of a bunch of different sports and athleticism. I do a lot of things different. I know I usually, boxers like to turn on their left hook. I don't really turn that much because I feel like it gets you out of position for takedowns, easier to take down. And also, where my hands end up. It's really hard for me. Like a lot of boxers like to leave that left hand down. I like to too, but you got to really watch for kicks and things like that. So standing too sideways as well. Sometimes you got to be a little square on. You want to get a little bit sideways, but not 100%. That's probably the biggest difference. There's 5 guys in the team. What we do is we go and we fight, go on and we challenge our team head to head. And then what happens is we can actually have a playoff system where we'll go into a playoff, and it gets to really show who's got the best camp out there, who's got the best team out there. You know, the one thing about boxing and sports and individuals is, you know, you might have your favorite fighter, and then all of a sudden when he retires, there you go, you don't have an interest in it anymore. However, now you can have your favorite team, and even though your favorite fighter might not be there anymore, you know, you're still a New York Pitbull fan. Renzo Gracie Academy, this is like my second home, right?
Mixed martial arts fighting combines 4 disciplines: boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, and jiu-jitsu. So Jamal ends his days here at the Renzo Gracie Jiu-Jitsu Academy in Manhattan, where he works on his ground game.
Submissions, submission defense, going for submissions, ground and pound. It's a little bit of everything. But this is what's gonna take you to the next level in terms of winning fights. We're gonna roll around a little, do a little jiu-jitsu, and then we're gonna do like kind of a conditioning work, a drill.
I mean, how do you win in a match? What do they
Knockout, submission, or win by like judges' criteria, which basically is the person who's dominating the match. It was on the ground by patching the guy's guard, or going for more submissions, things like that. But if you get into dominant positions, takedowns, the goal is to hopefully get my skills honed up enough where, if I go against someone that is even at his level, he's not gonna, put me in any kind of bad situations and still try to win. If I can't beat him on the ground, maybe now I'm gonna have to go to something else. You know what I mean? Like right now, me and Greg are rolling, and we're pretty equal because we're both pretty good jiu-jitsu guys. So the odds of one of us submitting each other are low. However, I might have to switch to something else now to try to beat him. It may be my wrestling, or it may be boxing, or whatever it's going to be. But that's why you have to be a well-rounded fighter now. People have a construed view of mixed martial arts because of the early mixed martial arts events like the Ultimate Fighting Challenge, which back in the day was a bunch of brutes with different weight classes, guys bigger than other guys just beating up on each other. Now it's more of a skilled type of a thing where they're skilled athletes working on skilled moves, and it's it's a beautiful art. It's a beautiful sport, just because you can tell these guys are well-trained professional athletes that are working hard to develop their skills, conditioning, and stamina.
And perhaps none have more stamina than Jamal Patterson, who at the end of a long day is already thinking about tomorrow.
I'll sleep in a little, 7 minutes, go for a run, or maybe go for a swim. Do it all over again? I'll do it all over again.
In the ring with Jamal Patterson, Francesca Iacovangelo, PressPassTV.com.
We hope you enjoyed that story. To see more segments, please visit our website at www.PressPassTV.com. You can also check us out on our YouTube page at youtube.com/PressPass. For everyone here at PressPassTV.com, I'm Michael Artsis saying so long, be terrific.